home. That was all there was to it. You burrowed home. Well, as far as you could see was this gigantic snow. Everything stopped completely. The wires were down. The streetcars stopped running. The great big high tension poles were just laying over like enormous old melted icicles. And we got back. It was a big deal. The kids really dug it. So we got back home, and we climbed up on the porch. It's now about 3:30. It's getting dark. And that's it. That was the giant snowstorm. That snow, we did not get our car out of the garage for roughly 3 weeks. I'd say anywhere from 3 to 5 weeks. And don't think for 1 minute that the old man wasn't glad. It was the only time he could get away from that rotten Graham Page and do it legally. And by the way, it was my old man's. He used that as an excuse the following spring to get another rotten car. He says, that Graham is shot after the big snow. What am I going to do? Every big snow, he always used it as a cop-out so he could get rid of the latest turkey that he bought. I'll never forget the Hupmobile with the rubber transmission. You don't want to hear about that. But this snow was there, and it laid there. I would say, probably that snow laid on the ground, and the concomitant disaster and confusion. That was not considered a disaster, though. It was just considered a bigger storm than usual. Nobody said much about it. There was not a lot of writing about it, but that started a cycle. And if any of you are interested in history of meteorological events in America, that is one of the longest cold cycles that ever hit the Midwest, that area. As a matter of fact, there was something like 6 weeks where the temperature did not rise above zero one day. And it hovered roughly in the average vicinity of some 15 below all the time, 24 hours a day. And it got to the point where if the temperature got up to zero, that was like great, You take off your sweaters and start running around and hitting tennis balls and stuff around. Oh, really? That's true. And all along the fronts of the houses were icicles that just like great sheets just lay right down all the way to the ground. Great, fat, flat sheets just laying down there, just hanging down. And the light is so beautiful. The light is cannot even really be described. The light, a combined light of snow coming through icicles, covering windows, gives a peculiar stained glass quality to even the rottenest house. And there were these enormous icicles that hung down outside of our kitchen window. And my mother is looking through the geraniums in her orange chenille bathrobe and looking at just a great big wall of icicle. And she'd keep looking, and once in a while you'd hear Bruner out there muttering on the other side of his icicles. And it was like, it was a big party. Everybody enjoyed the big storm. They were all there, and they stayed there, and they looked out, and they sang, and they hollered, had fist fights. By the way, the population had a tremendous zoom about 8 or 9 months later. But storms do many things.
Okay, I think I'll bring this back on at 4:30, but without the winter stuff. And every time the winter mess comes, I'll put these two particular shows on. I think it's fitting for the day. Okay, gotta wrap it up, and I'm back around 4:30, and then I'll definitely be off by the time News Guy comes on. That's for right perspective. I'd rather go horn to horns with them, but that's just me. Alright, I'm going to turn the black button red. Get ready to get out of here. I'll be back 4:30 with other shows. See you later. Bye.